Yes! Tell me they did the bunk beds. Yes! Oh. Aww. Yes! Oh, Ruby's done. Ruby's like, oh. We have, oh! We have a voluntary. Oh my god! This looks phenomenal, you guys. Yay! Don't cheerlead for you! Oh. Was that like a mirror device? Oh no, something's not right. Something is not right. We have the new person, we have the this, we have the that. Sweetheart. Oh, honey. Yay. You'll figure it out, yeah. Proving the point. Yeah. That part is not true. Hmm. Ruby just likes to cheer people on. Aww. It's starting to come around a little bit. Oh, we get Carden up in here as well. I wonder, like, it seems like they're doing a lot more with some of it and skipping other stuff, which makes sense because they're not gonna. Oh! Hit! Ugh. Do we all have the thing? What is the thing? What is happening? This happened in the forest. Now it's gonna happen here. That's cool that we're taking the time to go through and explain this, because we did have a lot of explanation of like aura, Grimm, etc. Ooh, that's my stomach. Excuse me. What? I don't. I'm not loving the thing. I'm not loving the thing. Ah, a little baby. Oh, hi, friend. She's wearing her jammies. She's wearing the jams. I'm glad they put this part in. I like this part a lot. I feel like it was a big turning point. Uh-oh. Ah! This mirror self... That mirror self was like taunting. Is whatever's happening feeding off of their aura or taking their aura? Yep. I don't like it. This definitely is different. See, this person should not be here. I don't know who this person is. Or is this person trying to get it out of... Are they causing it or helping it? Nightmare Hunter. So you're here to help. Okay. You're here to help. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. It's... Whoa. Dream Grimm. We're gonna have to go in. Oh, I bet Pyrrha's gonna... Yeah! Pyrrha's like... Whoa! We got little dolls? This is a... Okay, now we have veered off. Oh, we're like going into the... This is spectacular. We're going into the dream. Also the little dolls, though. His armor's mocking him. Oh. He has little ears. He has little whiskers. Oh. Looks like a little baby bunny Naruto. Oh my god! This has gone completely in a different direction now. Okay, yeah. Pyrrha's gonna get right up in here and yeah. Pyrrha's like, I will save you. He's like a little, oh, is it because of the, like the bunnies on all, he's got the bunny on his thing. Okay, so I think we helped? I think we got it. Oh, and there it is. It's terrifying. It's like a little Freddy Krueger Grimm. And we got like our little Ghostbuster thing for it. That's cool. Whoa. That's sick. That's new, right? I don't believe we had something specifically like that. Oh. So it was easier to, but if it got a hold of someone like Weiss, which we know it has. Right. Oh, we're gonna get set up in here! Yeah! Woo! Son! I had no idea, like, we were gonna wank. Oh, my God, they left that part in exactly how it was, and I'm happy for that. That's cool. That was a good moment. Ah! She sounds so cute. I want to hug my screen. She did. Great. Oh, she is so adorable. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. I'm sorry, I wasn't ready. I was barely ready for Pyrrha. Uh-oh, here we... She's not wrong. Yeah, there's... I think they both had to learn there was a lot more to each other's story. Oh, that's a different way of putting it than how they put it originally. There it is. The Wii. That's absolutely true. I am really impressed with how much they're like leaving it, even if they're rearranging it and adding new things. My cutie. It's pretty obvious. It's so big kitty ears. Kitty ears. Oh, okay. But then that'll lead us. That's like, oh, I saw her with them off, so we're gonna lead to okay. Well, that was it. Yeah. There's a lot we don't understand about Weiss, too. Oh, and we're very upset. We're very upset. We're very upset. And we're going in. We're going in. Oh, I know you're not coming after Yang. Maybe we could all stand to, you know, take a good look. Yay! Honey! Swoosh! cute little kitty ears. Doesn't matter. You're a friend. He's like, I'm a stranger. It's me. Guilty as charged. You can come to us with our problems. Yay! Oh, Penny, my love. Penny just loving and learning over here. Yeah, no. That I don't remember that line being... There we go. The mirror. And then there it is. And it's... Oh, God, that is scary. Oh! Oh, no. No, no, no. No. That was scary. The nightmare Grimm. That is terrifying. Oh! All right, you guys. That was fantastic. I loved it. I think it really solidified itself as being its own thing, and that it takes the best parts of like that first volume. I don't even think we're through are we through the first volume? Maybe we are, yeah. I don't know. I can't remember like where volume ends and volume 2. Volume 1 ends and volume 2 begins at this point, but I know that was a lot of stuff from volume 1. So it takes all of the best stuff. Like, I'm glad they left so much of what they left in there as it was, and they just kind of adapted it. There was a lot that got left out, but instead of, like, in favor of leaving that out, they actually do add in a lot of stuff that helps to flesh everything out. Does that make sense? Like, we never, you know, when we first meet Ruby, we meet her in the shop. There's nothing with Yang. There's nothing with the dad. There's nothing with Y. You know, we kind of speed things up and put a lot of our, like, first conversations on the airship. We speed things up. We don't have so much time at Beacon before the team choosing. So, but then, like, we still managed to get everything that we need to in there, like a lot of the facts and everything. One thing I think that, and this is fine because everyone who's seen this has probably seen RWBY before, but, I notice, like, in favor of fleshing out some of the characters a bit more, I think we actually put off explaining, like, aura and semblance and Grimm and stuff like that, a little bit more. Like, they do get into it, but it's put off a bit more. I feel like they rearranged it, basically. But yeah, it was cool to, like, see all the trailer stuff and get more dialogue over it and kind of, like, get them a little bit fleshed out and get them all meeting, like, a little bit more. I mean, it definitely happens more quickly because we have to get through all of that, to kind of get the story moving. And it seems like a lot of it starts to pick up towards the separate story that we're creating, when they're in the forest and they're doing that teammate selection thing. And that's when we have that new character, Shion. Well, so at first I'm looking at Shion and I'm like, okay, is this person causing this? Is this... Because clearly, like, that's when everything up to that point is looking familiar, and then I'm like, that's not right. That was not there. I know I'm not crazy. I know that person was not. And at first I'm like, oh, are they causing it? But I really love the idea because on the series, it takes us a little while to get to the point. I won't say, you know, I don't know where everyone's at with their RWBY journey. So I won't get into, like, specifics, but I will just say, like, we do eventually get to the point where we see a lot of variety of Grimm. And a lot of difference in, like, their, you know, it's not just like a chomp chomp thing, you know what I mean? It's like their abilities are a little bit more varied. So I think it's interesting to present that concept a little bit earlier on and be like, oh yeah, this is a Grimm that doesn't just eat you, it actually, like, possesses you, gets in your mind, and feeds off your dreams and your fears and your insecurities, and only people that you really care about can get in there and help you. I think it's fascinating to do that with Weiss because she in particular has such we know the adjustment is so jarring for her at first of, you know, the whole difficulties with Ruby, with Blake. I feel like that would be an opportunity for a Grimm that's looking for someone specifically to feed off of like a lot of conflict, insecurities, etc. John too. I mean, they all kind of came to the table with something, you know, like who doesn't? Like we're layered as human beings, but yeah, like we know Weiss has had a journey. So I think it's really interesting for this thing to attach to her. So we kind of got a crash course in how to like get in and undo it with John, which was really fascinating to watch, like him being stuck inside himself and everyone having to go in and like fight his fears quite literally. And of course, like soon as they're like, all right, who wants to go in and help? Pyrrha's halfway inside his head by the time the person even says it. I'm like, that's our girl. Okay, guys, speaking of certain characters, I'm wondering, like, how far we're going to go into, well, if we cover, like, Volume 2, if that's all work with them, we're going to have everyone with us, which I think will be really interesting, because we haven't really had that since, like, RWBY Chibi. It's the only one where, like, nothing bad happened ever. Oh my god, let's talk about the characters in here, because I do feel like some of them are even more, like, dialed up. Like, Yang feels way more dialed up to me, and I love it. Like, she's way more with, like, just being, like, super attached to RWBY and super, like, proud big sis. Not that wasn't there in the original, but, I feel like, you know, I feel like as time went on, like it was more emphasized like she was into, and even like her trailer was the one that, so yeah, they skipped over kind of her trailer a little bit and just sort of put her into RWBY's story. But you know, I feel like maybe more emphasized was her like being strong and hitting things, you know, like, or getting angry, and you know, we haven't, instead of emphasizing that a little bit more, I feel like they're emphasizing, like, just how, like, ebullient she is over RWBY. But, yeah, we haven't really gone over, like, not that we took a long time to go over every single person's semblance originally. Like, it just kind of happened organically. We would see what people could do and everything. So that's not really that different. But the fights were great. The fights were so good. And that's tough because you had a lot to contend with with the source material as well, because that one first fight with the bird, I just remember that being like, that made a huge impression when I first watched it. So, you know, they had some big shoes to fill, and I think they did a really good job. Like, you know, we all know that in the first few volumes with the, just with what kind of Rooster Teeth was working with, a lot of and I'm glad they left, like, there's some of the shadow people in here and everything, but, like, certainly we do have a little bit more of an advantage, here, coming in and being able to, put, like, a, studio animation behind, like, a lot of the non-fight scenes from the first few volumes. The fight scenes, though, like, from early on in RWBY were just phenomenal. Like, they stood out. They were so good. So I definitely think they had a lot to contend with there, but they looked really, really awesome. I really enjoyed everything they did with the action. I like how, even though we have tweaked some things, like, as if you were looking at this as like an adaptation or like a reboot or whatever, like, it's not any of those things, it's just its own thing, but, you know, it still covers everything it needs to cover. We still establish, like, Weiss and RWBY don't get along at first. Weiss is coming to the table with a lot of stuff. They work through it. Blake and the issues with being a faunus and the issues with Weiss. I was not ready for Penny. I was not ready for Penny. And I saw like concept art of Penny beforehand. And boy, she's super cute. So I will digress a little bit and just say, that for me, like, I'm always going to have a special place in my heart for all of the voice actors in the original. They're part of my heart now. Like, I just absolutely love what they do. And, like, nothing's ever going to change that. But just as, like, its own thing, I think everyone here did an awesome job. I think some of them actually sounded a little bit different, but it worked so well with the characters. Like, Nora has a much more cutesy voice here. And Penny has, like, a little itty-bitty cutesy voice, too. And it works. It works super well. But, so there was one thing I was wondering about, because I feel like I've heard something like this. Are these the voice actors who did the Japanese dub for RWBY previously? Because I remember it making a huge impression on me that the voice actor for John in the Japanese dub was actually the same voice actor that voices Connie on Attack on Titan. And I was trying to see if I could hear it here, but it's also been like a few months since I finished up Attack on Titan, so it's not fresh in my head. Or the latest season of Attack on Titan. So somebody's going to have to clue me in on that, because I was wondering about that. Some of the voices sounded really familiar, too. Like Whitley's voice, I was like, whoa. I know I've heard this somewhere before, like, instantly. But, yeah. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I think that the design for the new character, Shion, is friggin' incredible. Like, really, I feel like one of RWBY's strengths is the detail and unique quality of the character designs. And they really honored that here with the new character. I mean, super, super cool. I'm ready to see all the cosplays. I'm ready, because I think that one is just, like, really fantastic. And like I said, was really done in the spirit of, you know, kind of that, the uniqueness that you see in the RWBY character design. What else? The music was awesome. It looked beautiful. I thought all the voice acting was great. Again, I think they hit everything that they needed to. Like, they rearranged it, they left some stuff out, they fleshed some stuff out a little bit more than was done originally, at least at first. They brought in some concepts that we don't learn about till later, sooner. And then they kind of, like, I feel like some things, like, they didn't spell out, I mean, they did go into aura and everything, but some of it I feel like was very, okay, here's this, you know, like, they really walked us through it on the original. And here, I feel like that was not as much a priority. Not in a bad way at all, just, you know, it's interesting the stuff that they rearranged. But I thought they hit everything they needed to. They hit all the beats, and they even added some cool stuff. So, yeah, I loved it. I can't wait to see where this story is going. So this is like this is kind of like what I'm most excited for. As much as I love seeing, like, RWBY through another studio's eyes, so to speak, I'm really here for, like, the separate story that I don't know how it's gonna end. I don't know what's gonna happen. And that new Grimm is super terrifying. Super terrifying. So I loved it. I can't wait to see more. I hope you enjoyed watching along with me today. It's so nice to be back with some RWBY. But yeah, I'm for sure looking forward to more. So great stuff so far. Like I said, hope you enjoyed it. Please be sure to join me next time. I cannot wait to see more, and I really, really think I will need some assistance on this, because I think it's going to get pretty intense, honestly. From what we're seeing here, I think it's going to get pretty intense. And we will watch it together. Bye for now, guys.